Well, the Senate will vote later this afternoon on advancing that bipartisan border security bill, the one that already failed back in February, the same one coming back up again. Bill likely to fail for a second time, but that's not the purpose. Democrats trying to change Republicans' mind here. Schumer, in fact, taking to X, writing, the Senate is prepared to take up the Bipartisan Border Act this week, a tough, serious bipartisan proposal to secure our border. Trump had urged the GOP to kill this bill, saying, blame it on me. But Democrats' commitment to act never waned, and the American people want action when it comes to border security is on the top of voters' minds. Again, will it pass? It didn't before. Many are saying it may even see less votes in support than it did in February.
Chad Wolf is the former acting secretary for the Department of Homeland Security. Derek Maltz is a former director of special operations for the DEA. Gentlemen, welcome. Chad, we'll start with you. The timing of this bill, the fact that Schumer is bringing it again, why now?
Well, I think that's a great question. And look, the American people certainly want some action along that border. But what they want is they want President Biden to take action using his authority, Secretary Mayorkas using his authority, and solve the crisis on the border. The American people are not begging Congress to pass yet another bill. They want the president to do his job. He's been the president for over 3.5 years and has overseen this crisis. They want him to fix it. He should fix it. He's got the ability to do it. And there's a lot of problems with this bill. It is not a strong border security bill. It is a migrant facilitation bill. And that tracks with the administration's policy and approach over the last 3.5 years.
Yeah, switching the narrative, this administration reversed what the previous administration did in terms of border security. And when you saw those reversals, you saw those numbers increase to historic levels. Senate Republicans yesterday, they held a press conference on border security. In fact, it was Senator Marsha Blackburn saying this, that this bill we're talking about, pushed by Democrats, is just a political ploy. Watch.
Day one, we will seal the border, we will stop the invasion, and we will send Joe Biden's illegal aliens back home right where they belong.
Apologies. There is the presumptive Republican nominee and former President Trump speaking of what he would do, but we do have that soundbite from the senator. Here that is, one more time.
As you all know, we are here to talk about this border bill that is not a border bill, and it is not a border security bill. This is an election year political stunt designed to give our Democratic colleagues the appearance of doing something about the problem without doing anything at all.
So there that is, Derek, this is all political. Do you agree with the senator on that? And if so, are Americans tired of seeing politics being played with the border when you really have some serious issues? Not even millions of folks coming across the border that you don't know where they're coming from, what their intentions are, but the fentanyl crisis we've seen, human trafficking, drug trafficking. Talk to us about that, Derek.
So, yes, it's all political messaging. It's a sham bill. What's really concerning is that politics should never be above national security and public safety, right? So they're shifting the focus to try to blame others in Congress as we're losing hundreds of thousands of Americans, like 300,000 dead Americans from drugs, largest human trafficking, sex trafficking operation ever. The Mexican cartels have been empowered to conduct all illegal business at the border. So it's an election year stunt for sure, just like the recent DOJ hijacking of the rescheduling of marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, taking it out of the scientists' hands in DEA so they can get the votes. Just like the debt, consolidation and, the way they took away the student debt so they get all the younger votes. So it's disgusting because we're losing Americans. As you can see behind me, all these dead kids that are dropping dead from fentanyl poisoning as the cartels are working with China and we're being invaded. So, yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, what a visual, too. I mean, I think a lot of viewers, of course, know someone who has died from fentanyl poisoning or have heard of someone in the community. It really does impact almost every American. Chad Wolf and Derek Maltz, gentlemen, thanks so much for coming on today. Appreciate it.